What up, everybody? This your bestie Zay. Welcome to the Awkward Zone podcast. This is episode 2. Yo, I'm back in Loc Smith Studio again, and I got a special guest again here. He came to co-host this time. Like, damn! I couldn't just do an episode in your shit without you. No, I'm joking. I appreciate you being here and all that shit. You wanna intro your friend?
Yeah, I'll let her introduce herself. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. What is your name and who does your hair?
Ooh, okay. So I go by Deborah Ashley. Got my hair done by Loc Smith, like your very own.
Hey, that's your camera right there.
Sorry. So yeah, Deborah Ashley. Got my hair done by Loc Smith. This guy right here to my left. It's nice with it.
So, quick little icebreaker question. What inspired your lock journey, and has it reflected your personal growth at all?
Absolutely. I always loved locks, dreads, ever since I was younger. And then one day I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, what do you think about me locking my hair? And she was kind of against it at first, but she's mixed with, she's Asian and black. So it was just always straight. So I always straightened my hair when I was younger. And then, one day I got, incarcerated, and then I was like, man, how am I going to tame my hair? So I was like, you know what, let me just go with what I love, always wanted to do. So I wanted something that, to me, original and authentic. And that's why I always stick with it. And since, 2018, it's been locked ever since. So I don't do as much, but I'm still learning how to keep up with it. And I'm just falling in love with it every time.
Damn, since 2018?
Yeah.
I had a set in 2017, and I cut them off after 6 months.
Well,
My first set, I cut them off after 3 months because I got caught in the rain after a retwist, and that shit was a no-go.
Yeah.
I got poofed up like Florida Evans. But listen, what does Still Human mean to you, and where did you come up with that name?
So, again, being incarcerated, you're not really you're treated inhumane, right? From the officers talking to you or just other civilians when they feel like you're being disrespectful. But sometimes we're misunderstood, right? People that have been locked up have been misunderstood, and we just want to be talked to like humans, right? Mm-hmm. So there was I think, what's the month with mental health awareness, and one of the sergeants had said, oh, why don't we write a poem? So we wrote a poem, and when I wrote it and presented to them, I said, hey, this is what we still walk in the same life. This is the same breath that we're still breathing, right? And I said, all we need is just a chance. And once you give us that chance, because once you teach somebody something, they're going to learn forever, right? So I took that and I wanted to turn that into a motivational speaking platform where I would use my podcast, use my ebook that I'm still developing, and I want to encourage people from the halfway houses to transitioning to back with their families again. And that's what it's all about, because it's still hard to transition back into society, right? And if you ever got a chance to look at my logo, it'll say Still Human, and then around the rim it'll say unlocking potential and redefining strength.
I like that.
And that's something that I'll just say to somebody, whether I just met them like you guys today or just two familiar faces I get to see every day.
I can talk to that. First of all, I didn't do time. The only time I did was about 4 days. But I was like, why you gotta talk to me like that? The officer already talked to me like that. I mean, you act like I ran from you. You act like I committed the crime in front of your face. Right. Like, what's your beef? You're a correctional officer. And moving forward from that, I did actually work at a halfway house. And I was so against it. First of all, I used to be homeless. So when I applied for Volunteers of America, I was hoping that I was getting placed in a homeless shelter so that I can talk to some people. I mean, I can feel like I'm doing something to give back. But they put me in a halfway house with a bunch of criminals. You feel me? And I was cool to them. Like, I was safe. They was like, don't give them too much personal information. Their ears are to the street better than yours. Right. Like, don't let them know what part of the hood you from. And I respected that caution. But at the same time, I wasn't about to mistreat these people. They made me come to work at 3 a.m. for a mandatory raid. I'm not no cop. I'm raiding people from. I'm all like, okay, we looking for contraband, so I'm looking under their clothes and I'm being all gentle, folding back with how I found it. They like, man, fuck this shit, and just was like wrecking the room. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that.
And so like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, those moments I don't miss, but it did give me a chance to like reorganize, right? Because I can be good, and then the other people in my wing could being careless. I'm like, yo, like, I don't care what you do, just don't get us all jammed up, right? Because everybody does something, and then so it was one girl like she was working out, and she says, girl, I get up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning anyway to reorganize, take it out, put it back. So she said, don't let it worry about it. And I said, yeah, like when you get to come back to your area, you don't want your stuff trashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's part of the system, punishment, whatever. I don't want that anymore.
Probably they don't want you to be comfortable. They want to take away the comfortability of life.
Yeah, but I made it comfortable with that. I'm like, all right, you did your job, now I'm gonna do my part now. And then it's whatever, but not good times.
Well, I'm glad you're out of it. And
yeah.
Have you always been like a creative person or expressive and like,
Most of my creativity is through writing. So like I'll do poetry or I'll attend different works of art. Like majority of my friends are like art artists, so I'll go to their art show or their exhibit and just support them. Like I don't know. I think that's freedom. Just like art, all colors is free.
It's definitely liberating.
So I try to just write, like even if I'm writing my friends back, I'll try to write them or typing in color because it gives people life, right? There's a quote. Forgot the quote, but the saying.
Damn, I love a good quote.
I know, I forgot. I don't know who came up with it, but it just says that broken crayons still color, and I feel like even you can still be useful, no matter what you've been through.
Speaking about like the color, it gives life. I was just on TikTok and I seen this little video that was like back in 1986. You pull up to the mall parking lot and all the cars is every spectrum of the rainbow. You got colorful cars, just period. Now we pull up and this is all monotone. My car is black. His car is black. Like we got black, white, and silver. That's it. Monochrome is like just took all the vibrance out of us. That's all I wanted to say.
No, that's good though.
I have two parts. One, what type of conversations would you like to have on your podcast? And two, are you planning to do visual podcasting, audio, or both?
I plan on doing both. I've been doing just solo right now, audibly. Like I'll post on Spotify. But my next step, I'm taking a little break after this done getting surgery, but that's another story for another time. But when I come back, I plan on like making more connections and making my dream come to life. Because I just don't want to be sitting in the house hiding behind anything. Like, what good does that do to anybody, right? I always tell people, I call them my 3 E's. I'm no good to nobody if I'm uneducated, unencouraged, and not elevated, right? So with those 3 E's, I try to encourage myself so that I can be a light to somebody else. Like someone just hit me up for doing podcasts twice a week. I'm just like, whoa.
That's what's up. That's progress.
Right. So like, I was nervous. I'm like, man, like I wanna be able to run my own thing, but I don't know how to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But I have the insight. I have all the content to share, right?
Who needs to hear the message that you're out to share?
Who needs to hear it? People that have been incarcerated, their families and loved ones, how to learn how to adjust with their loved ones coming back into their lives, right? It's with trust, gaining and wanting to do better for themselves. Like there were friends that still hit me up like, hey, like I know you're looking good, I know you're doing your thing, and excuse me, I want to take a deeper level to the point where like I've abbreviated called WOW, right? So words of encouragement. And so that it'll like say if you know somebody, just send a letter. It don't have to be long. Like, hey, I'm just thinking about you, right? And to get a community of people just to do that. So that's just the next level of things. I hope I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay.
I really like your vibe. I feel like there's like a certain aura here, like
Thank
that.
you.
I have never had on one of my shows before. Like normally it's ghetto shit.
Right.
Like but no. What are some human struggles that you feel we don't discuss as much or enough?
We as a people?
Yeah.
I feel like we just don't. Well, I want to include healing. I don't think there's not enough healing or therapeutic approaches to our everyday life, right? Like, yeah, we cope through it, but we don't actually deal with it.
We adapt.
Right.
It's
So, like,
actually healing, and
right.
not
So,
just
like for example, like, to be honest, I have a mixture of 5 mentors slash therapists or counselors, right? I have one for just like anxiety, depression. I have another one for just making everyday life decisions. But it's a good support because I believe in accountability, right? Like, if you and I, we make connections today, all right, boom, like, if I just that, what happens after that? It's going to get a little deeper, right? I just don't want to meet them, and if I'm moving forward, especially if I plan on having a community, if I don't reach back, what am I doing? Right? So that's the vision for that one.
So how do you stay grounded when the world is expecting more from you?
Every day you got to start with yourself, right? I start in silence. I'm a person who prays, you know, so I come from a Christian background, but I'm also open to other pathways of life as far as like the shamans or just doing Tai Chi. Like I said, like my mother, she's Asian and Black, so I try to study more of like her culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my dad, he's more like African American and German and white and all that stuff, but I am who I am because of them and because of people, every person that I met. And I feel like as long as we include, again, healing in a way to more than just adapt, it's all about, that's what Still Human's all about. If you're just you for you, that's all that matters. I'm not coming to judge you, I'm creating a community of grace and development, and that's what it's really all about.
I like that. I'm Christian as well. I pray. I pray all day. I'm probably praying right now. You know, I wake up in grateful prayers. I ask for what I need. So I definitely connected with that spirituality conversation.
And affirmations too. I think affirmations are good.
Yeah.
You know.
I speak affirmations to my son more than myself. I'm guilty of that, but at least I do speak life into my son.
Yeah, you're speaking it. No, I believe that even in the, I think in the Bible it says something like no word from the God is in vain. So I feel like every word that we speak is power. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so the next question, you kind of just answered that. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. What are your biggest goals for Still Human in the next year?
Next year? Well, obviously this year is just to connect with people. I think next year is to see people wear my brand.
Really?
In a way where it becomes a reminder that, because it's not really about, it's gonna be a movement, you know, and money's nice and everything, but it's gonna be about a movement, and it's gonna be healing. It's gonna be about resilience and building that within. So.
Do you have anything you want to say to that? Before I say what I want to say to it?
I think you have something to say to that.
I do.
You have something to say.
Well, I like what you said. It's perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
I have something for you.
Oh man.
Da-da-da.
Okay, let's see these. These are really good. Oh, that was good.
You can consider it then.
Let's see.
Show your camera.
Okay, I like this. Okay. To the fan.
That's crazy because I don't even know what your brand looks like. I just know what the words is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a little self-explanatory, but I didn't make the brand, so I'm glad you explained it because I got the chains on there to show, you know,
the breaking free part.
and
No,
a little
I
bit of
like that.
redemption. Yeah.
Yeah, so in my logo, it's just a tad bit different. There's a butterfly in it actually. It's a mixture of a butterfly and a key, right? So trying to play off the tagline of unlocking, right? And being a more transformation, right? Because when you're inside, it's considered a cocoon, right? But when you decide to do the change, that's when the winds come. That's when you can take flight.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's
I
dope.
like that.
Thank
If
you
you
guys.
could have, I'll help. If you could have any guests on your podcast, dead or alive, who would it be?
That's a good question. Now you got me thinking. I hope I don't take too long. All right, first. Really don't know. Dang. Y'all start me with this one.
Wow, of all the questions.
Yeah,
that one
because I'm
stumped
just
you.
like, I feel like I come across anybody as will be a divine moment. So I'm just trying. I really don't know, to be honest with you.
We can circle back to it.
Okay, and let me get a chance to think, 'cause I really don't know.
All right. So how can people support you, and how can they get in contact with you? You know, on your journey that you're at right now.
Right. Okay, so how can people connect with me? If they want to email me for any business or inquire more about the business, they can email me at alwaysstillhuman@gmail.com. I think the same thing with IG, always still human. Yeah, so this is my top two right now. I'm working on the website and everything, but as far as like just getting to know more about it, they can email me or follow me on Instagram. Yeah.
All right. I'm a music head.
Okay.
What are you listening to right now?
In my head.
Not right now in your head.
Oh,
but
okay.
like, right now in general, in general.
I listen to jazz, R&B, and gospel.
Jazz, R&B, and gospel. Right now, what's your favorite jazz record? Right now, it can be old as hell.
To be honest, alright. So there's no one in particular, but I used to play the flute,
Okay.
and that star right there has moved me.
Mhm.
Right. More like smooth jazz, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anybody in particular.
Got
I'm
you.
more like I just like listen to
I don't know any jazz artists, but I like the jazz.
All I know is old heads from the jazz era. Like I know Miles Davis. That's my nigga.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If it's blues, B.B. King.
Yeah.
Who Nina
If
Simone?
it's-
What she fall under?
If it's like an old soul,
Nina Simone.
oh,
She could be a little everything.
you might think this is old. You remember Billie Holiday?
Yeah, I know Billie Holiday.
Alright, so I like her style. If I
Yeah.
would like to sing something, I like her style.
You sing.
No, I mean, if all three of us were singing, I can harmonize with y'all.
Yeah.
That's really it. Bye
All right, let's do it.
Oh man.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's a singer over there.
Okay, we're gonna connect.
We go one stop shop. You got something else?
Or
Or we're gonna make her circle back to that other question.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So back to what guest, dead or alive, would you have? Like Michael
Billie
Jackson,
Holiday.
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday on a podcast would be fucking
That'll
amazing.
be different.
Yeah, I would take my black card if
You
I
know-
say I don't know his voice or her voice. Is her
Ooh,
voice.
it's her.
See?
We gonna watch Lady Sings the Blues.
I think right now, I'm gonna say she's a gospel artist, and the woman that comes to mind is Yolanda Adams.
Okay. We love Yolanda.
Absolutely.
Snap, snap, snaps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
I bet you
would
probably
be
listen to that song a lot
dope.
while you were in
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just me and you.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head.
I always forget the name of that song, but I know the lyrics.
Yeah, I fucking like it too.
Open my heart.
Yeah,
Open
yes, it
is.
my. Listen.
No, you can sing it.
Sing it.
I love it.
Take us out.
I enjoy Vicky Winans.
Yes.
It was a time when I was living in California, and I felt like I was just under a spiritual attack. It was in the middle of the night, just out of nowhere, my spirit just felt uneasy. I played Vicky Winans until I fell asleep,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you that it will remove all demonic energy around you. Anything that's not of God, it will flee. And I heard exits out my window. I'm switching stories. One time I was in a car driving, got that uneasy feeling, and I cried out the blood of Jesus. You know the sound you hear if you throw something out the window? That's two fucking things left my car. As I'm driving down the highway, I heard, kid you not, I'm getting goosebumps even telling that story.
Yeah, I listen to some gospel too.
Yeah, we can switch it up. I really listen to everything. Like one of my best friends, she But if I was like to go with my friends, we're playing Caribbean music all the time.
Okay, I grew up on that.
So like my friend's Jamaican and Puerto Rican, so I'm either listening to reggaeton, Anthony Martin, or what's his name? I don't really know. I just press play and I just let it ride.
If I asked you what's one of your favorite songs, you don't have to give me, because that's a hard ass question.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's Cupid by 112.
Okay. Really?
Or Weak by SWV. Very.
Those are both classics, and they both are '90s like era. Yeah. 112 Cupid.
Yeah, I got them on like if I just want to chill and think, if I want to write, those are they're on my playlist in my head.
The vocals were there.
Yes.
I like that. Well, I don't have anything else. I appreciate you coming on the pod.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We allowed an hour for this, but we
did good.
Went through this.
We ran through that. But thank you so much. I'm gonna offline. I'll get your information again. He wrote it down. I'll make sure I add it to the description and everything, and we can exchange social medias and stuff.
All right, cool.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Appreciate you.
I was sweating at first. I said, "Oh my god,
I don't sweat."
Well, I'm glad I was able to lighten the mood for you.
Yes, thank you.
Because if it was up to me, this would be a total different interview. I went to the Wendy Williams School of Journalism, so
that's cool.
I'm lying.
I was on 2 days.
Right, because I'm on LinkedIn like, oh shit.
I'm like, you never told me that.
But no, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This is awesome.
This was fun. And just like that, I'm your bestie Zay. This is Awkward Zone, the podcast. Peace.
That was nice.
That was
I
cool.
was going to pass this for a second.
It was right there.
Oh, I know. I was like, you wasn't going to pass that at all.
It was right there next to you.
Just blew the shit in your face the whole time.
Right, second and smooth.
Do this. What